Hello. Today, you've guessed it, we're making another jumper. This time inspired by something I saw on Pinterest, but kind of loosely inspired because it's not going to look a thing like it. But I've seen this jumper going around on Pinterest so many times. It's like a nice greeny, purpley, maybe some yellow and pink and I don't know, it's a fun pattern jumper and I wanted to do my own take on it. So, blue is my kind of colour. I've already started it, so this is how it's looking so far. I kind of started with like a navy colour. I'll show you the balls of yarn in a minute. But I kind of started with like a navy colour and I'm kind of doubling up the yarn. So I'm using this ball all the time, but then changing between this one, this one, this one, and this one. So hopefully it's going to have a really fun effect by the end of it. It could also look completely crap, but I've got confidence it's going to look at least a bit cool. So the yarns I'm using, the kind of like mottly, is that a word? Have I made that up? I think that's a word. This yarn is the Hobbii Fantasy Jumbo yarn. It is an acrylic yarn, but you know, I mix it up. Sometimes I use acrylic, sometimes I use cotton, sometimes I use mohair. We mix it up. And then the other like white, navy, and blue yarns are the Hobbii Amigo acrylic yarn, chunky acrylic yarn. I'll try and link things below so that if you want to make something similar, then you can. But yeah, we're just gonna make it together, see how it goes. I'm using the raglan top-down jumper technique. Favorite style. It just starts to look like a jumper really quickly, and because I'm doubling up the yarn, it's coming together so quickly. We're finishing off watching an episode of The Traitors, and I did this much. This is like 3 or 4 rows, but it's gonna work up so quickly. So yeah, I'll keep you updated as I work on this jumper. We have made some progress on the jumper. It is now at the point where I'm almost ready to split it into arms and body. I really like how it's coming along. When I started it, I was a bit like, oh, I don't know if the colours are actually going to work that well together. There's like some really turquoisey bits, and I don't really love turquoise. Like, I really like most blues. Turquoise, not a fan. So that was really coming through, and I was like, oh, I don't know, just don't know. But now that I've like worked more on it, I really like it. So yeah, I'm gonna do a couple more rows, I think, and then split it into arms and body. This has also only taken me about an hour, I want to say. Like, this has worked up really, really quickly. I've not been crocheting at like full pace either. I've kind of just been, I don't know, taking my time, enjoying I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, this is working up super quick. I think because it's a chunky yarn anyway, or both strands are chunky yarns, and I've doubled it up, so it's just working up super quick. So if you're looking to make a jumper, but you just don't really have the patience, I would definitely recommend chunky yarn and doubling up. Like, you don't actually have to use 2 different colors like this. You can double up the same color yarn. You can choose more similar shades so that it's like a slight variation, but not like fully contrasty stitches. I think that would look really good. It's definitely in my plans this year, probably soon, to do a kind of like reddy, hot pinky kind of jumper where the shades are really similar, but there's like slight variation there. I think that would look really good. But I mean, I have so many jumpers as it is, and I just keep making more. But yeah, this one is coming along really good. I've gone into ramble mode, so I'm gonna wrap this up. But yeah, I reckon 1 or 2 more rows and I'll split it off. And then I'll just tell you my long-term plan. The overall plan of this is to carry on making it kind of like an oversized jumper, I'm going to make a big chunky neck for it. So I think I'm going to save, I've got like 3 balls of each. I'm going to save a ball of the dark navy to do a really like chunky neck and like chunky cuffs. Yeah, that's my plan. So I'll carry on crochet. I'll keep you updated. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. I like it. So this is where we're at with the jumper. There's some good bits and there's some bad bits. Good bits, I really love the design of it. I kind of like have been going on and off of it and being like, oh, it looks cool, and then being like, oh, does it just look messy? I like it. I like the design. Bad bits, I think I've gone too massive with it. Like, I want it to be oversized. I think at the moment I'm making a tent. So like, I think it looks fine from the front, but like when I go to the side, there's just so much space. So I was also getting a bit worried about the amount of yarn I have, not like the majority of the colors, but like the speckly one, because I'm already on my 2nd of 3rd balls of this, and I want to make it fairly long, and I still need to do the sleeves. So like, there's still obviously a lot left, but I don't want to run out. So what I'm thinking is I unravel it back up to the armholes, and then I do less chains for the arms, so make them a little bit smaller, and then do some decreases as well once I get going again. I don't think I'll do many decreases because I don't think it's like massive, but it is slightly massive. So yeah, I'm thinking unravel, make it a little bit smaller, but I don't want to unravel it like further than the armhole bits, because like I do like the overall shape. I also think like I couldn't start it much smaller because like it's quite close on my neck. I could bring the armholes up a little bit, but no, I want it to be like oversized and big. So yeah, unravel it to the armholes, do some decreases once I get going again, and then everything will be fine. It'll be fine. So it looks kind of the same, but it fits way better. I took it back up to the armpits and changed that from 10 chains to 5 chains. I then did 4 decreases on the row where I introduced the armpits on the front and the back, so 8 decreases overall in that row, and then 4 decreases on the next row, and then I think that was it. I actually didn't need to do many before it looked like it was going to fit right. So yeah, it just fits way better. It's less like tenty. Like I think before when I put my arms down, the top and the back were just going really far out, and I know that would change when you make it longer anyway, but I just knew it was going to be way too big if I carried on the way I was going. But now I feel like it's going to have the right oversized look that I want, so I'm just going to carry on going. I'm just going to build out the body probably down to like just below hip length, and then I'll start on the arms, then I'll finish it off with the neck and the cuffs, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, loving it. I still love the design. I think I'm actually liking it more now that I've redone it. I think, I don't know, like the yarn's just falling in different places, and I'm liking how it's looking. So yeah, I'm gonna carry on. I'm looking in the mirror behind the camera and it looks like I have abs. I don't. I've just been like sitting crocheting like this, and obviously my rolls have like indented on my stomach and made it look like I've got abs. I mean, I'm not complaining. So I've now completed the body of the jumper. I've even done the ribbing at the bottom. I really like the length of this. I think I've got it spot on for where I wanted it. It is quite a rigid jumper, but I think that will like loosen up once I steam it when I'm done, and just it'll loosen up over time. But I think like it's kind of to be expected when you double up chunky yarn, like it's gonna be a bit stiff. Yeah, body done. I'm going to move on to the arms. I'm also going to do a chunky roll neck in like navy to match the bottom. And I'm also going to do ribbed navy cuffs as well on the arms. So it's coming along. I don't think it'll take much longer. I feel like when I get to the arms and the neck, it just goes really fast. I don't know why I snapped my fingers. Yeah, I feel like we're on the home straight now. We're almost there. The jumper is done. I feel like it doesn't quite look like the reference picture, and I don't think it ever was going to, because that was knitted and also different colours. So it was definitely just an inspo point, a jumping off point, and this is a totally different jumper, but I really like how it turned out. Like, there are parts along the way where I was like, do I like this? Don't I like this? I'm not like a massive turquoisey fan, and there's a lot of like, not like loads, but some like little turquoise flecks, and I was like, oh god, I'm not gonna like it. But I actually love it. I've been wearing it today, have worn it out. It's so toasty and warm. It's a very heavy, thick jumper. So ideal for winter. I feel like we're moving past the really cold snaps, but hopefully there'll still be some more I can wear it in. I don't know if that was correct English. We don't care. But like, even so, if it's not cold enough to wear it as a jumper, I can wear it as like my coat as well, if that makes sense. Like, I can wear it and not have to layer up over the top of it. It can be my outer layer. So yeah, this is the jumper. Loving how it turned out. Very quick and easy to make. If you want to make a jumper like this, just go to my raglan jumper tutorial and adapt it like I did. So I just doubled up my yarn, picked some colours that I wanted to use, and then it turned out with this cool effect. But yeah, it's just a raglan jumper style. That's just how it's built. Do it to your measurement. I did it with like a bit of a thicker roll neck and a bit like thicker arms. Yeah, it's just that tutorial, so knock yourself out. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon.